Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here. Uh, this is August 1st, 2014, and we will now have day 2, or part 2, of August Autobiographies. Now today, the spotlight is primarily on Paul. And he and I sit and talk about his childhood and his coming out and some of the early adventures he had before we met, and then takes it up to about the time where we met and maybe a little bit thereafter. So here we are, and here it is. So Paul, when did you first suspect you might be gay?
I had to be around 6 or 7. We had a pool membership, and I saw this cute little guy named Mark. And we wound up. Anyway.
Seems we have a thing for Marks. Was he your age, or was he?
Oh, he's a year or two younger.
Oh, okay. So it's the same Mark I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was like, some like high school guy or something.
No. That happened later.
Well, carry on. Don't let me delay the flow.
Oh. I just always figured I knew. And that was it.
So did you know?
We always hung out and we'd hang out, we'd play together, and you'd stay at each other's houses.
But I mean, did you have the concept of being gay in your head, or
Really, till about 6th grade.
Oh, okay. So about 12, 13.
And
12.
we started doing stuff.
Oh, that's when you started fooling around.
Yeah.
And how long did that keep going on?
All the way through high school.
Oh, there you go. There you are.
He and Rick.
Oh, Rick's somebody I've not heard about. Who's Rick?
Oh, he lived in a new neighborhood right next to our neighborhood. They moved in, we met, and we started messing around too.
Do you have like a 3-way?
No.
Oh. So it was like.
They didn't know about each other.
Oh, so you were sort of dividing and conquering.
Yeah, sort of like dating 2 people at one time.
There you are. Gosh, we're on everything new stuff here. Carry on.
Just pretty much it.
Okay, well, now,
I graduated and I moved out, and that was it. Mark wouldn't even talk to me anymore, but I still saw Rick.
Oh,
occasionally.
That's interesting. See, we've been together like 30-some years, and this is the first I've heard about this Rick. I knew about Mark.
Rick showed up around 9th grade. So.
Well, let's hear more about this Rick. I'm fascinated about this.
He was my height and stuff, and I actually met him because Pam met him and brought him over to the house, and that's how I met him.
Was she trying to fix you up?
No.
Pam's his sister, by the way.
My sister and the girl across the street had the hots for him because he was damn good looking.
Were they barking up the wrong tree, or was he just having a little fun on the side? With you.
He never did date either one of them or do anything with them.
Did he date any girls at all that you know of?
Not really. Until I think the first one he did, she got knocked up and they got married.
Well, see, you know,
And they had a bunch of kids.
What's that remind you of? I'm like, you know, I didn't have a bunch of kids.
Last I saw him, he had about 4 or 5 running around.
My vision of hell. My vision of hell. You know, the only thing that'd be worse, you know, than that is to be having to do it in one of these subdivisions up here.
Yeah, well, he lived in a single wide 2-bedroom trailer.
Oh, single wide trailer. Well, you know, at least, you know, that adds a little color to, you know, it's certainly not as dreary as one of these subdivisions up here.
His mom and dad lived like 4 trailers down in a big double wide.
Now there's a set of directions you don't hear very often. 4 trailers down in the big double wide.
Yeah, they lived right on the corner.
I wonder if the tornadoes, you know, look those directions up on Google, you know, when they're planning their path of attack, because they seem to hit trailer parks.
Oddly enough, the only trailers that ever got smashed up in that trailer park were the ones that were waiting to be put on a lot. Those got blown all
Well,
bits.
they weren't sort of, you know, quasi fixed to the cinder block foundations.
Well, I'm
assuming.
they didn't flip or anything.
Oh.
They just ripped apart.
Oh, they didn't
smashed.
even. Oh, they just. Oh, that's interesting.
No, because the frame and, you know, where the trailer was sitting on the side of the street, it was still there. It's just the new trailer was flat and all its shit was all over the.
I mean, all the fine faux Mediterranean furniture furnishings and stuff.
Yeah, and the cheap appliances in the kitchen and shit, you know, they were all over the joint.
So, you know, well, we may have covered this, haven't you? Once you realized you were gay, how did you react and what did you think or feel? I mean, it sounds like, you know, this was never really an issue for you. Correct me if I'm wrong. Elaborate. 20 minutes, explain.
20 minutes explain.
No, it's like these essay questions at university. You know, 20 minutes. You know, they ask one question. It's like 20 minutes. Discuss.
I fool around with myself
Well, every guy fools around with himself.
till Mark and I got a little more mature, and then we did it.
And so, I mean,
Good stuff.
so now when did you sort of, you know, say to yourself, you know, I am gay, like a gay identity, like a, you know.
Oh, I just started watching guys and stuff. And like you said, you know, even the older guys, like the high school guys and stuff.
Yeah.
If I'd see one, you know, I'd always try to run into them a lot just so I could see them.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in the summer at the pool and
Well,
stuff.
yeah. Well, then, you know, that pretty much answers the next one. You know, when and how did you finally discover or decide or accept that you're gay?
I guess you'd say you're 6th grade.
Well, that's, yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I've already.
I was in 6th, Mark was in 5th.
Oh, so I didn't realize he was a year behind you. I thought you were sort of the same.
No, he was 1 year behind me.
Now, I think what we ought to cover are some of the physical attributes of Mark that you found particularly attractive. You know, particularly emphasizing his nice hairy legs. As I remember, that was one of the.
Yeah. He had great hairy thighs.
Oh yeah, it's major turn on, absolute major turn on.
He had a nice swimmer build.
Yes, now, see, that's a very universal term, but, everybody uses that phrase differently. What?
And he really got a good tan in the summer. In the tan,
Not the tanning booth.
huh?
Not the tanning booth. I mean, they never
No. You know, like where your swim trunks cover.
Oh, you mean tan line?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I always thought that was sexy.
Well, it's what it can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just stay playing in the weight zone.
Well, no, I mean, the whole zone is the play zone. You want to interact with the whole package, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Well, good. Good. Well, all right. Now, wait a minute. Talk a bit about your life before you actually came out. I mean, you knew you realized you were gay, but when did you actually sort of come out and?
Not until after I left home.
Okay.
It was after I left home.
Well, when did you leave home?
I had 21 because I got my first apartment on my own.
So you finished high school.
Yeah. Finished high school and I was working in a fast food restaurant, and I kept applying over at my dad's factory. And finally, they hired me. And
that was Joe Motors. That was a good job. I was out there at Fisher Body before it closed down here in Columbus.
Right. And I went to work there.
They have a casino down there now.
Yeah, they tore it down. Tore it down.
Well, those were good jobs.
Yeah, they kept going and leaving them off.
Well, your dad worked there for 40 years.
Yeah.
God bless him.
He worked until everybody was out of high school. So he didn't quit out there until after my kid's sister graduated.
I keep forgetting whether Bruce is the youngest or Mary's the youngest.
Mary's
the youngest. Well, she's 10 years younger than you, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. And Bruce is 8 years younger than you.
Right.
Okay. All right. Just as an aside here.
And everybody thought that Mom and Dad, it was both their second marriages somehow.
Oh, because of the gap?
Yeah, because there's like a 10-year gap, you know. We have 3 kids and stuff, and then all of a sudden, bump.
Well, not to speak ill of your mother, but she certainly didn't look like the typical second wife, if you get what I mean.
No, she started having again because one of the neighbors was having, one of her best pals was having kids.
What was it, competition?
And she kind of got jealous.
Oh.
She did.
There's a reason for having a child you don't hear much about on Oprah, do you? Well, not that I watch Oprah, but it's the kind of reason that you would hear on Oprah. Well, she ought to look into that class.
Well, I think she was actually in her 40s when she had Mary.
Well, no, she was like 42, 43 even, wasn't she, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, that was, well, my mother was 42 when she had me.
And Bruce was 38.
Yeah.
So, they are.
It's amazing I can even walk and talk at all sometimes. There's been...
You keep giving it a good try. You do pretty well.
There were times there were some questions about Bruce, but...
Oh, yeah.
This guy's a skilled machinist. I mean, this guy can make you any part you want. You know,
he can build you he can take a Lincoln Continental.
Yeah, he's like an idiot savant. You know,
he can make a Lincoln Continental 4-door, and he can turn it into a 4-wheel drive pick truck.
Yeah, I mean, the guy,
vehicle.
the guy is,
like a truck, only it's going to have a Lincoln Continental body on it.
But when you first meet him, you're surprised this guy can even breathe.
You wouldn't think he knows shit.
Well, he doesn't much about anything else except what he does. But that's okay. He works hard. He supports his family.
He can name you every little freaking bone in your body.
Well, so can I, but and I can't rebuild a Lincoln Continental.
It amazed me that he actually learned that and was able to do it. I always thought, here's fast food for life over here.
So you finished high school and you were working at this fast food joint, and now was your
I was still living at home when I was working at the fast food joint.
Yeah, and then you got the GM job.
I got called and I had a couple of days off, and I called over to the restaurant and I told the manager, sorry, I won't be coming back. I said, I got one hell of a good job offer, and I said, I can't pass it.
That was like $17 an hour or something, wasn't it?
No, it was $23.
$23 an hour with benefits. It's a union job, And
that was if you worked days, because if you worked second or third,
which you ended up doing,
you were paid more.
See, when I met him, he was doing the second shift stuff.
Yeah, I'd go in at 3 and get out at 11 and go get her to the bar. Cousin Louie, my roommate.
Yes, you would. And more of that anon, but not right at this moment. Now, so was your first apartment that galley court thing where I met you?
No. I was on the east side of Georgeville Road.
Okay.
Oh, I can't think of the name of what.
Well, it doesn't matter. But the east side. Okay. Well, you were, because the galley court thing was just on the west side.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was over Climb Road
Climb Road, okay.
And the first cross street you came to, off of Georgeville, you turn left, and it was a 4-story red brick building with big white pillars on the front until the blizzard hit.
Did you have a roommate?
No. Well, Louie was sort of my roommate.
He was what?
Louie was.
Yeah.
He was sort of my roommate.
Oh, sort of.
He was my roommate. Either he slept in the bedroom if he had a date, and I'd sleep in the living room on the sofa bed. And the other way around, it switched around. I got the bedroom, he got the living room.
How many?
And it wasn't often that I had the bedroom. Trust me.
Well, no, Louie was a very active lad.
That dude could pick up. I mean, like if you got infestations of mosquitoes, that's how, I don't know. These characters got John.
He seemed to have a type too. Well, everybody sort of has a type, but he particularly seemed to have a type. I
mean, they swarmed at him like mosquitoes on a blood donor's truck.
So now, when did you meet this guy? This fellow that I don't know. You had pictures of him and sort of had the shaggy hair and actually for the longest time you kept this
Gary.
I don't remember his name.
Kid Gary.
Yeah, well, it's the guy that you had sort of this sort of open knit quasi polyester blanket thing that he used as a cum rag, and and you kept that around, and it was it was wonderfully crusty. But what was that guy's name? Is that Gary?
Had to be.
Okay. Because you have that picture of him sitting at the kitchen table, and he's got the flannel shirt on and his black shaggy hair, and he's got the glasses, and he looks a little downcast. And
that was Gary.
Okay, there you are. Well, when did you meet him?
Oh, it was right after I moved into just before I moved from where I was over to the Sullivan apartment where you and I met.
But he sort of followed you along there, didn't he? I mean, from the pictures and what you told me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Came from the 1-bedroom apartment over to the 2-bedroom apartment. And how that turned out was that when he was 5 or 6 years old, he came home from school. Got off the school bus. He went into the house, and there wasn't a damn thing there.
Huh?
His parents had decided to split and go their own ways. His mother went to St. Louis. His father went to Florida. His aunt lived across the street, or his grandmother, one of the two. And she came home and saw him sitting out on the front stoop. And she walked over and she said, "Aren't your mom and dad home?" He said, "No." He says, "Neither's all the furniture nor my clothes. They've split town."
They took his clothes?
Yeah.
Well, what? They didn't need his clothes.
One of them took them.
Oh, I'll be daggone. What are they going to do? Try to sell it at some sort of, one of these roadside, flea sales or something?
I don't know. So, the old woman's on it.
White people, huh?
So, the time I met the kid was like 15 going on 16. And she couldn't handle him and get him to behave.
That sounds like a song from the Sound of Music.
School.
I'm sorry.
So, I said, "I'll give it a shot." Through a friend of mine that I had met.
Do I know this friend? Is it relevant?
No, I don't think you do.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I can't even remember his name.
Yeah, that's okay. I was having a spell earlier this afternoon, actually.
So he brings the kid over, and that was it. The kid was there. And the kid was always wearing jeans and stuff, falling off his ass.
Oh, he was ahead of his time, given all these gangsta styles with everybody's wearing their pants are down around behind their down lower than their butt and everything.
So I took him. I said, "Well, what size you wear?" He says, "I'm really not sure." He said, "But it's not these 35-inch jeans."
Ah, well, that narrows it down. You have an upper range.
The guy was actually like a 28, 29.
Good Lord.
So we went over to a discount store. And he goes, "Well, how are we going to figure this out?" And I said, "Well, start with smaller number inch jean." I said, "Go to what actually stays up on your ass without a belt." And I said, "We'll go from there." So that's how I got even proper fitting pants so they wouldn't fall off.
Or you could have just bought him a belt and told him to
cinch it up
and put in some extra holes or something. So that,
well, he just didn't
kind of like I do. He
just didn't like big baggy pants.
I've gone from 44 down to around 40. So I just like hole.
He just wanted something, a little conforming and stuff. Somebody'd show his ass off for the chick.
Well, yes, the chicks. Yes, yes. You gotta accommodate those chicks, don't you?
I mean, that kid was good. I'd take him to school, and I'd drive back to the apartment because I'm going to sleep for the day because I'm working.
That's right. Yeah, 3 to 11. Oh, yeah.
I'd walk into the apartment and the son of a bitch would be sitting there eating a sandwich. He'd beat me back. And it was like 20 miles to the damn school, to West Jefferson.
Well, he obviously got a ride home.
He'd be back over at Clyde Sullivan. And
Well,
that's dumb work, dude.
this, what's great about this is this is the first time I've heard most of this stuff. So
I said, you got to decide what the hell you're going to do.
And this isn't Gary. This is somebody other than Gary, right?
Oh, this is the little Gary.
Oh, this is Gary.
With the long hair. And
oh, okay. I got confused. I thought perhaps there was a. Okay, so this is okay. I knew about the guy, but I didn't hear about this.
He's the one that was there when you showed up and started taking the tables and stuff apart because we were getting ready to move in.
Oh, really?
He was there.
Quite honestly, I'll tell you, I didn't pay any attention to who was there at that point. I just wanted to get that job done and get it done because I was dead tired.
He thought a cop or
I know everybody thought
repo man had come because I missed payment on the stuff.
Everybody
and they were
thought I was a
repoing
cop.
Everything in the house.
Everybody, in that milieu thought I was a cop, because I wore, cop shoes and I, sort of.
You ran around in what looked like cop shoes.
Oh, yeah, they looked like them. They weren't, but they looked like them.
You all had, like a plaid shirt and jeans on.
Well, yes, that was a style then. Well, for me, that was a style. Not the necessarily gay style, but that
the very
was
first night we did meet, they thought you were undercover cop.
Oh, I know. I mean, we can talk about that a little later, but it's people have been suspicious of me all my life for reasons that are completely, so far off in the universe that it's ridiculous.
When I got home,
if they only knew what was really going on in here.
When I got home from work, the kid was flipping out and going berserk because of you coming in and taking everything.
You weren't there?
No, I was at work.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, see, this is great.
And I said,
I don't even remember this stuff.
That's Joe. I'm moving in with Joe.
I don't even remember this stuff.
I said, it's Joe. I'm moving in with Joe. He's got a truck and he's moving all this shit. I said, well, he's doing it while I'm at work and he has a key to the apartment.
Did I have a key? Not normally.
Yeah.
Not normally. You may have given me the key for that day.
I thought you had a key.
When I would drive over there, at night to meet you.
Well, we usually met downtown or wherever your place.
Well, we did it sort of, mix and match. We can talk about that anon, and we will.